Welcome back to Rise 360. Now, since it's Valentine's Day, people around the world will be getting engaged today, or at least hope to get engaged today. And a lot of them will be getting ready for their nuptials by reading World Bride magazine.
Yes, indeedy. And joining us now is the editorial director of World Bride magazine, Myrdith Leon-McCormack. Welcome to Rise 360.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here again. We love when she comes because your magazine is so sophisticated, it's beautiful, the quality is so rich. Why did you decide to start this magazine?
Because family is the core of any society, and it's about inclusion. And there was lack of diversity in the market when I was in the fashion industry for the past 25 years. So instead of complaining about what was missing, I just decided to get together with a group of some of the amazing artists that I was working with in the industry and put together World Bride magazine, because marriage and love is a universal thing. It's just not limited to one specific group or one genre of people. So I'm of the mindset, if it isn't there, create it for yourself. So
I like that mindset. But what makes World Bride magazine unique or different from other bridal magazines?
The covers.
The fashion.
The covers or the people on the color of the people on the covers.
Right. A combination of all. You know, we really make sure that we include everyone. So, like for instance, this issue is monumental for us, for me, being in the fashion industry for so long. You didn't see curvy girls, full-figure women on the covers of magazine, let alone inside, you know. So that's what makes us different. We address all women. You know, we want all women to feel like they can see themselves in the magazine, because love doesn't have an expiration or, hey, it's only for you, it's not for me, or it's not for you. It just isn't. You know, people look for, they're looking for love, marriage, and peace, and family. So why wouldn't they be addressed? So
some of the people we'll see in the magazine, and some of the topics are addressed through people of all ages, races, religions, just a variety of people, as opposed to just one specific group of people.
Absolutely. So we explore marriage, life, and culture, and the effects it has around the world. So we literally, it says World Bride, we literally go around the world.
Wow.
Literally, you know, from Morocco, Dubai,
Mexico,
yes.
She's global.
Yeah, we really are.
Now, how is the magazine being received? Because this is a period in time in society where inclusion is so important, and that's one of the things that you are preaching and promoting via World Bride magazine. So what have you found the reception to be like?
So I've been touring with the Great Bridal Expo and going around the country. So far I've been to 8 cities around the country. You should see the women's face light up when we show them the covers, you know, when they see themselves, the reaction. So I'm going to talk about the Black Panther that's coming out. Do you see the reaction of people just to see themselves as superheroes, women? The empowerment of women, that's what World Bride magazine is doing to other women. They see themselves, you know, we'll have an Arab woman. We talk about the culture of religion. You know, we've featured various people that do get married. Marriage is no longer limited to just one group of people. So that's what we try to address.
And I love how you can, I've been reading it, learn about other cultures and what they do in their marriage rituals or anything that they do in their processions. So it's interesting to see, because we like to incorporate this. There's more things than just jumping the broom out there that we can do at our weddings.
So throwing rice into people's eyes.
Other things.
Happy married life.
So what else can people get out of the inside? What are some of the articles and things you guys cover?
So we talk about, from the moment you get engaged, we want you to pick up the magazine, even after, beyond it. So we talk about finance, how to spend your money, where to spend your money, and we call it invest. You're investing in yourself. And then we talk about beauty. We talk to the men too, which often you know, general magazines don't do. They just
target just the bride.
But then women get upset and say, well, he just showed up for the wedding. Well, you didn't include him in the process.
I don't know that I want to include my husband to be in the process. It's my wedding. It's my wedding. You're a prop.
Bridezilla obviously is going to be the topic there.
How you and your wedding?
Oh, very. Besides paying for it, I was helping plan
details.
details.
You know how you want to look. You know how you want to celebrate your day.
And I didn't want her stressed out because that was going to come back on me. So I was like, let me try to make sure everything goes smoothly.
With each segment today, you prove yourself smarter and smarter.
That's right. That's right. I love my wife. Love her.
Yeah, so we talk about money, and we're heavy on traveling. Heavy, heavy, heavy. So it's not, and today is the day of love. So what we do is, it's not about just your honeymoon and then after that you're finished, or maybe if you remember on your anniversary you plan something, do weekend vacations, staycations, little things, getaways. So that's the thing. So we explore hotels, venues that you can go to, and we also talk about home decor. Because now, how do you're getting married, you had a place, she had a place. So who's moving into who?
Things together.
And combining a lot.
Exactly.
So it's a full-service magazine.
Lifestyle.
That is amazing.
So we call it lifestyle. So we're not just about the wedding day. It's about the whole package of being married. So that's why our tagline is nuptials around the world beyond.
Oh, I like
yeah,
that.
culture
now.
beyond.
Sounds like a movie
Yeah.
title, right? Now I want to get married. So what sort of mistakes do couples generally make when planning their weddings?
They listen to everybody else.
Instead of just you. Just listen to the World Pride magazine. That's the only people you need to listen to right
Well, really, I think the conversation needs to start first with the two of you. So you decide what sort of wedding do we want.
Right.
Then you bring in consultant, advisors. You hear people. You don't need to actually do everything that's there.
Right.
So that's really what we try to focus on. We try to tell people, know yourself first and then start the planning process. Create a budget just like every business. Doesn't mean you're poor because you say, hey, I'm on a budget. It's realistic. Businesses have budgets. Why wouldn't you? In the biggest partnership you're going to have.
Absolutely.
So we talk about that, and we encourage people to sit down first and talk with each other and decide where, when, how, and how much is it going to cost both of us.
That's great advice. Now, we want to talk to your cover model when we come back, but you have these here that have been sitting here. I've been wondering what these are.
Before we get to the boxes,
are
I
they?
have one last question, and it's about something that you mentioned last week. So, viewers, you'll remember that Mr. Lanier said that one of the fashion or one of the wedding trends that we should no longer be following is Bohemian themed weddings. Now, as the editor, the global editor of a Wild Bride magazine,
Because that's
do you
the
agree?
kind of wedding she wants.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And I was very incensed when
I'm
you said
sorry.
that.
It was an article, not
What
me.
do you think?
Bohemian wedding?
Bohemian chic weddings. So sort of fairylands, fairy lights, trees.
Again, I want to revert right back to what I originally said. What do you want? How do you, and I would rather keep weddings classic because you don't want to look back at it 5 years from like, what was I thinking? You don't want to do that.
Right.
So you want to do your research, and I wouldn't go for trends. Just personally, me, I'm not a trendy
But what if it's
person.
not a trend to you? What if that's classic
Then that's
to you?
That's you. You
That's
have
the
to
answer
look
I
at
wanted.
it
We
for
can
the
end this
rest of
segment
your
She
now.
was
life.
going to keep going until you gave her that, so I'm glad we just cut to the chase. Good, good. So real quick, what's in the boxes, and then we'll take a break.
It's gift for you guys.
Oh,
and these are some of the things that we feature from OMHH. So,
OMG!
Yeah, so that's for you guys.
Thank you.
It's gift giving
Ooh,
day,
look at
so we
this.
decided to give you, and that's some of
Let's
the
stay
other
clean.
things. It's not about the gift that you give, but the
act.
quality and
Yeah.
spending time and the things.
Aw,
You know, the
thank
moment. So I want to just tell you guys thank
Ooh,
you.
It smells so good. I was wondering why these are
they
these
are
custom soaps.
Custom soap.
Beautiful.
All vegan.
They smell
All
good.
vegan.
No way.
Yes.
So safe for your body.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
I wasn't expecting this.
Yes.
This is probably the
Yeah, you
only
should
gifts I'm
open
getting
yours.
today, guys.
H, thank you, and thank you.
That is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Don't
And we
go anywhere,
cannot
though.
wait to
Okay.
discuss this
Yeah.
magazine cover with your
Yes.
gorgeous
She's stunning.
cover model.
She's stunning.
Yes.
Cannot wait to take a look at her.
Yes,
Stunning.
Liris Crosse will be right back with us, as will Myrdith. So you come back too. 360 will be right back.
Don't touch that dial.
This is great. I love this.
Welcome back to Rise Entertainment 360. We are still joined by the editorial director of Wild Bride magazine, Myrdith Leon-McCormack, and the publication's first plus-size cover model, Liris Crosse. Can I start with your name? That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Liris.
Yes, and it's my real name.
Oh,
I
what
was
does it
gonna
mean? What does it mean?
It's my two grandmothers' names, Lila and Iris. I come from a West Indian family, so they like to take someone's name in the family and keep it in yours.
That's beautiful.
My little sister's name is Carvina, which is an amalgamation of Katura, Gigi, Gadvin, and Gabrielle.
Wow.
So yes, I know all about that.
Hey. All
It's
right.
amazing. So what did it feel like to be featured, not even just featured, to be represented as the first ever plus-size model on Worldwide magazine?
Well, first, I just want to say thank you again, Myrdith. It's been an honor and a pleasure to represent not only plus-size women worldwide, but Black women worldwide. A lot of times when I watch bridal fashion shows, and I also work in showrooms sometimes for different bridal clients, a lot of times I'm the only African American model, or sometimes they don't even call on the plus models for the actual runway shows for bridal. So to be able to be on the cover and represent plus as well as women of color, it's groundbreaking, and I'm glad that I could be a pioneer for Worldwide magazine.
Well, since you're pioneering this way in this format, we want to make sure we get it right, because a lot of people are so sensitive these days about titles. Do you like or prefer plus size or curvy? What's the appropriate term these days?
I have no problem with the word plus. Plus means more. I am more.
Right, okay.
I love that.
More hips. I got more everything going on up here, up here. I am more.
What did she say? She's got more what?
Everything going on up
Everything.
here.
I am everything, darling. So,
You are.
Right, yes, I love it.
but no, plus just means more. And for me, if it helps me to be able to know that a store carries my size, more power to me. I don't look at it as a bad word. I think society has created plus to be this bad, dirty word, and I've fully embraced it. It's who I am, and I think the world just has to get used to it. We have to change the stigma.
Yeah.
Well said, well
And
said.
plus comes in so many different sizes.
Yes.
You know,
Very
it
true.
comes in a 12, 14, but it can also come in a size 28. So we just have to open our minds and our hearts.
Absolutely. In the year 2018, why do you think that there is still minimal representation of not only Black women, but also plus-size women, not only on magazines, but even on the runway?
I think some people are just still very afraid for change. But the revolution is being televised. And the revolution is starting on Worldwide, as well as with a bunch of different designers, magazine editors worldwide. As you see, representation matters, and you're starting to see that throughout the world with the different fashion houses who are just changing it up. They're using models who are handicapped, Black, white, freckles, albino, all types. And I think that's beautiful and refreshing because it really reflects our world.
Yeah. So Myrdith, why was this important for you to have her on the cover, and what has been the reception so far?
I know Liris. I love Liris. I'm a fan of her. I've been a fan of hers. And she, for me, was the perfect representation of what the first should be. And it had to be groundbreaking for us. You know, if I got a other pretty woman of another race, I would still be playing it safe. I don't have to answer to anyone but God.
Oh, I like that.
I like
So
that
she was
too.
my answer, you know. So for me, and I have a daughter. My daughter is not a size 2. She's not a 6. She's a full figure plus size girl, and she's about to get married. How do I tell her she's going to be beautiful, but my magazine doesn't reflect it? So I'm lying to myself, you know. So to have her was my answer, and people are like, over the moon.
Yeah, because
Over
it's
the moon.
groundbreaking. I mean,
Over the
like you
moon.
said, this is a clear instance of the revolution being televised.
Absolutely.
How did you know that featuring a curvy or fuller-figured model on your magazine would gain you such global recognition?
Because the world has full figure women. So it's not like they don't exist and they're the unicorn. They're
Well,
not.
they don't exist, but they're not generally featured on bridal magazine covers.
And I think what happens is, I don't know if it's always the designer that doesn't want to do it. I think it becomes a monetary decision that they make. They think the public is not ready for it.
Right.
But
The response is showing.
The response is showing. They are ready for it. You know, I want to see.
They've been waiting.
They've been waiting. They want to see themselves in it. You know,
my family looks like you, so why not put those people on display so we know where to go and what to get?
Look, we get married every day. Plus size women get married every day. The average size woman is a size 16 here in the United States.
Absolutely.
So you think she's not getting married?
Right. Well, you know, when shows out there like the reality shows say yes to the dress and different things like that, do you think it's making it easier for plus size women to be able to shop and find dresses, or making it harder?
Well, actually, I work at times with Kleinfeld Bridal, and they do carry plus, and they do have plus samples in the showroom. So that's another thing that a lot of plus size brides talk about. They hate going to showrooms and you're shopping for your wedding dress, and they're like, oh, we just have the size 6 one or the size 12, and they're just, they have to imagine what the dress looks like. They hold the dress up to their body.
Oh, wow.
They don't even get to put it on. Right. You know how...
That's the whole experience, right?
It's taken away because you didn't think enough of those people to be inclusive, and that's the whole thing. It's not enough to say we're diverse, but are you inclusive? Are you inviting?
I like that.
And if you're not, and you say that by not even opening your mouth. If I walk into the store, she walks into the store, and she doesn't find a dress her size, you don't really want her money.
Yeah, very true. Okay, now this has gone really deep really quickly. So I'm going to lighten it back up. What you want, girl? Because that dress is magnificent.
Thank you. This is a Rebel Wilson dress. Yes, she has her own line, so this is my first time wearing one of her dresses, but I love the color. And I also have on some Badgley Mishka shoes, but you can't see those behind here.
Yeah,
let me take a look on Instagram. Right. Those are linging.
Yes.
We'll put them on Instagram for y'all to see.
Speaking of Badgley Mishka, they showed yesterday. And Myrdith, you've been to quite a few fashion shows this New York Fashion Week.
I haven't been able to because I've been traveling along with the Great Bridal Expo, so I've been all over the state, but Mimi has been going and Carlton has been going. So they have so much going on, and we have a guest editor, Susan Moses. She's been going, and they've been posting pictures and doing it. My team is phenomenal.
Everywhere.
You've been to Tom Ford.
Oh my God, my team. Yes, Joseph Abboud. Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, great show.
That was the show that I went to. Amazing. I love the man. I love what he does for men and grooms from casual to red carpet.
And I'm happy you mentioned that about Joseph Abboud and groomsmen, because we don't generally talk about them. This whole segment we've been talking about brides. I mean, we always forget about them. I'm sorry.
We're used to it. We're used to it. But you don't forget about them in some of the contests you have, and stuff you talk about the magazine. Tell us about one of the contests you have right now.
So we have 2 contests going on, and it's ongoing things. So one of the big ones that's happening now is that's why I'm traveling all over the U.S. is I'm looking for 7 brides to be in our fall cover of the magazine. So these are actual real women that have an opportunity to be featured and represent their vision of beauty. You know, we don't select them. Their names just randomly get selected, and they're going to be on the cover.
That's awesome.
And then the other thing that we're doing is date night. Date night is, again, just because you're married, it's not over. You should still be dating each other. So we do date night, and we're about to put something really special together. So they have to stay tuned and follow us on all our social media.
Where?
And it is World Bride Magazine, and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and please go to our blog. That's the most important thing, because we try to update it on a weekly basis, what's going on, the trends, and everything else. WorldBrideMagazine.com.
And we can also get the magazine there.
And you can also download the magazine. It's $4.99. That's it. We want it to be accessible to everybody globally.
Absolutely. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, with both of you.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
And you're doing amazing work.
Wait, I just have to say one last thing.
Please do.
Liris was the winner of Project Runway.
Oh,
All right, Liris.
First plus size model winner.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that deserves a standing ovation, which we will give you during the break.
Thank you so much. And we'll be right back with more Rise 360. Wow, standing ovation.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I'm about to pull down.